What's it like playing against or coaching against a former player? I'm not sure if that's the first time you've ever had to do it, but what was that like?
It's the first time as a head coach. A lot of pride. I mean, she's so built for what she's doing. She was a great leader when she played for us. That's the reason we had so much success. One of the main reasons was her ability to lead, her willingness to do whatever it took to win. She's doing that same thing as a coach. She does things the right way. She treats people the right way. She doesn't yell and scream like I do. She's more, even-keeled. And that's her personality, and she coaches to that. She does a great job. I'm really proud of her. It's interesting. I want to beat her bad, but at the same time, you give her a smile and you go, you know what, you're doing the things right, and it's good to see you be rewarded for that. I've had my opportunities to have success because of you, and now Elsie's going to have some success because of her.
And she gave you a lot of credit to that in our pregame show, that she took a lot from you and was able to apply it here in her own little wrinkles, but just the respect for each other. In just a 15-20 minute drive, playing a bigger school for you guys. What's that like for not only for you as a coach and players, but the community to come back against a former Pacaland?
Yeah,
school?
exactly. That rivalry was there for years, and when I first started, it was still there. And we had struggled for a while, but we were fortunate to have some really good teams to be able to compete with Luxembourg. So it was nice to have that back. It's nice again today to have a good competitive game. Obviously I'd like to have finished that a little bit better. But credit to Luxembourg. Their girls made some plays at the end. They really fought. I thought our kids played hard. Fatigue got us a little bit, I would say. But that's because the other team's working hard too and forcing that. So it's good to have that rivalry. I'd love to do this, continually, as long as it's competitive. I'm not going to do it if one team is way better than the other. It just doesn't make sense for either one. But as long as we can be competitive with them and vice versa, if something would change in this situation, we certainly do that.
So you start the game on you get the first bucket, you held them scoreless, back and forth. You take those 5 points, 5-point lead in the half. What was your message in that brief halftime?
Well, it was to come back out of this situation, because this is a completely different, unique situation where, a wonderful thing. We've all been affected by cancer some way, shape, or form. And we all had tears in our eyes a little bit because, it hits all of us. So one was to try and, let's jump back out of that. The second thing is we haven't come out of halftime very well for the last 3 games. And I asked him, is it something I'm saying or doing that's not helping you guys come out with good energy? I thought we did. I thought our energy was good. We just couldn't hit shots. We couldn't finish. Luxembourg turned up the defense. They did a nice job of weak side help, and we thought we had a cutter. We made a bad decision. Somebody was there to steal that. So the message was to keep the energy, come out with the right mindset, which I think they did. We just got to continue to work on our skill set, be better at when there's aggressive defense like that, being able to finish. Either Emily in the post, she got doubled, so sometimes tripled, getting out of there, helping her find open spots. But all in all, I thought the energy was good. We still got to keep practicing so we believe in ourselves when the stretches aren't going our way.
And you have a very young, maybe not inexperienced anymore. You're kind of into a season, but just two seniors on the roster, a couple sophomores, some juniors, playing a game against a bigger school, and that's something you've never shied away with. When things are going good, when things are going bad. What do you take away from this for the rest of your conference season and into the playoffs?
Yeah, it's a continual message, right? It's about building and getting better. We talk about it all the time. Last year we had 2 wins, but I was proud of our kids. Our senior leader was Hannah Wees. She did a great job of leading, so these kids understand how to do that, right? They're continuing to do that. So playing and competing and being able to deal with adversity and keep challenging yourself. Today maybe we didn't have as much success in that second half as we wanted, but you got to keep building and firing. There are times where you did do something well. What did you do to make that happen, right? Where you struggled, is it because in practice you don't quite play at that same tempo, speed, intensity, right? And that's the message we talked about. So it's a great matchup for us. A good balanced team, to go and play a De Pere wouldn't be any value to us right now. Right now, Luxembourg and us are pretty competitive. So, kids are in real situations where it matters, right? If you're down 30 and you make a shot, it doesn't matter. You're down 6 with 2 minutes left, it matters. So those are things that hopefully those messages, they feel them a little bit more, when it's competitive.
And we talked about that at the half too, is how are these girls going to come back after an emotional speeches and seeing actual cancer survivors here? Just talk about the communities, how they came together for a great cause.
Yeah, and again, I'll go back to Taylor organizing it. She's texting me, emailing me, whatever. That's what she did with me when I was her coach as well. I'd give her, if there was T-shirts, something, and she'd be all over it. So she did a great job, and I'm sure there was a lot more people involved with that. But it says a lot about people understanding what the real thing is about. I talk to the girls, you're going to be tired. Look at my shirt, okay? Every one of these people would love to be you right now. And they understood that, and they were engaged and they had that feeling. And our communities, both communities did a great job. And we're competitors on the floor, but you know it, I know it, we've all competed. You respect the people that you play against, you know what kind of effort they put into it, and you appreciate that, and you win and lose, but you've earned it either way, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's what we were saying. At the end of the day, the score doesn't matter, who won, who didn't lose. And, maybe you made the day of somebody going through a bad stretch, and, just you look across each other and just about half of everybody in here, and it was a special night, and it was a very competitive basketball game.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys covering us. You guys did a great job, and a wonderful situation for the fans and our kids to be a part of real life stuff. It's more in basketball.
All right. Good luck on the rest of the season, and maybe we'll see you down the road.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
All right.